You remember the community thing we were talking about yesterday? Yeah, that thing, that's kinda gone. Except here. It's kinda funny that the best community I have found in all my years is the one that's half naked, sometimes even naked, at the beach, worshipping this thing over here. It's kind of freaking funny, huh? Kind of reminds me of the tribal people in the jungle. They're kind of doing the same thing, but even better. They half naked or naked most of the time. They usually have some kind of ritual surrounding these celestial bodies up in the sky. They seem to think it's important. Maybe because it affects the food, water, those kind of things so much. They seem to understand the importance of those things. And then the community kinda just naturally flows. It's a real nice flow. It's blossoming, you could say. Like some of the flowers when this thing over here hits them. But this community is kinda the same. Half naked, outside all the time. Now we do the best, but this community still goes into their little caves. Their mitigated caves that are mitigated from the evils of the world. The non-native EMFs, the blue lights, the shitty foods, the toxicity of modern life. And the people in this community still crawl into their little spaces, their little safe havens. And we go to their computers and we try to make our dollar bills in the matrix. We try to invest the dollar bills the best way possible, buying Bitcoin and stuff, so we could escape the debt slavery, the goddamn usury. So it's not as good as the tribes in the jungle. They don't have to worry about that because they basically have spawned into the right location on this earth. And maybe for a little bit longer they can enjoy the life outside of the matrix. Although the people in the power of this matrix, they wanna involve everybody to their little game. They wanna force. They don't only wanna involve everybody, they wanna force everybody to play the game. That's why they're going into the jungle with their technologies. That's why some of the tribes now, they're smoking weed and watching TikTok videos on smartphones. Because the people at the Epstein Islands who run this game, they wanna involve everybody into the game so they can put even more power on everybody, and they wanna make sure nobody can rise. Nobody can rise like a phoenix from volcanoes, from the jungles, from the mountains, from the beaches. Because funnily enough, most of the uprisings, most of the revolutions that are actually successful, that become empires, they are done by really underdogs, you could say. Like groups of people that are just very natural, but they are very energetic, very cohesive. They are one big community that works together, and they are trusting everybody in the community, and they are willing to sacrifice their whole being, basically everything they have, for their community. That's how strong the communities that become empires are. And they always come from very natural settings. What the hell is going on? It's raining? I haven't experienced rain in months, guys. Look at that, it's Owen. So that's the community. Let's see what Owen has to say. But it's funny, the community here is awesome. I have made like 30 new friends. 30 new friends in a 1 week. And these guys might be lifelong friends. Owen! I wanna get your input for the base science. What do you think about the community in Atami?
A bunch of weirdos, really.
Weirdos? Yeah, retards.
Fucking low dopamine morons.
Yeah, like their brain is so smooth you can basically see a reflection from the brain.
But no, they're really good. It's a very supportive community. And yeah, it's as Vidpe has pointed out, it's quite healing to have a community like that. And whoever comes is accepted without really any question. And you might not connect with everyone, but you'll connect with 95% of the people here, and then you'll have a kind of family to come back to whenever you're here. So
yeah, and they're pretty intelligent people, I would say.
They are, yeah.
Like they know about the evils of the world pretty well. So I would say that it's possible to build with this kind of community because they know the traps that the Matrix, basically, you could say, have laid out on the average people, like the technology trap, the food trap, the money trap, all of those things. People in this community kind of know about those things, and it's kind of refreshing to have these talks. Feels like you are talking with sane people for once. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, everyone's in complete unanimity here, except one person, who I won't name. But when it comes to the rejection of the financial system, the rejection of the uni party, and the surveillance of authoritarian state, and all the rest, everyone's completely aligned, and it's quite unusual actually, because it's rare that you meet people in the real world who share these views. But
could it be because everybody in this community is half naked all the time, worshipping the sun? And like, look at this guy. You are looking very tanned, very melanated. Could it be that plays a role in that?
Well, I feel pretty brain dead myself right now, but I've got some.
Yeah, this moron.
I've got some more melanating to do, but
no, he's a really intelligent guy. He's a really smart guy. He's just so humble.
You're too kind. But no, I get a bit of tropical lethargy, but yeah, they are smart people, and very well informed, and so if you're that way inclined, if you're into the crew stuff, then you'll find your people here.
Yeah. How's your journey? Because you are dealing with some disease actually, that you came to the community to heal up your redox, melanate. How is it going? Give us a little short view of your journey, how you got here, how you got into the Jack Cruise work, and maybe how it is going right now.
Right. Sure. Well, I got sick with I guess a mitochondrial illness about 10 years ago now, back in 2016, and it presented itself with quite a few centralized medicine diagnoses with POTS and dysautonomia and mast cell activation syndrome and connective tissue disorder and upper cervical instability, which all kind of sound like they're not related, but they are, and a lot of patients who have these things often have all 5 of those. And in fact, there's one down here as well with the same diagnosis, and another one on the forum. So they all sound kind of unrelated, but it's all the same thing. It's just like a mitochondrial dysfunction, and which affects collagen production and creates connective tissue problems and sort of a cascade of disasters with the nervous system. And for me, I went from being very fit and active to basically unable to exercise at all and or work or do all the recreating that was very important to me at the time. And so I kind of bumbled along for 3 or 4 years trying to just get better, and then eventually I had to quit my job and I moved to Canada from Australia to see a functional medicine doctor over there who was quite helpful, and I managed to get kind of functional again, and I stayed in Canada, and I moved to a mountain community in Canada, and I was going pretty well there for a couple of years. I still had a lot of symptoms, but I was functional. I could climb mountains again. I could do all the things that I enjoyed, but then it kind of went sideways again at the end of last year, and my kind of resilience went out the window again, and I was starting to get symptoms from doing things that a month earlier I could do without any issues at all. And the POTS flared up and a few other things, and so the same doctor I saw in Canada just told me to, instead of doing all the functional treatments I did previously, just to come down to El Salvador and do the photo repair thing and restore circadian biology and hopefully get the redox going and yeah, so I came down here. I'm 2 months in, and I didn't see any benefits for about 4 or 5 weeks, but then I started to notice pretty quickly my POTS had gotten a lot better, and I felt a lot of resilience come back. Like I could go out and do a bit of exercise and not sort of get the symptoms that I would get post-exertionally before. Like I got a lot of nervous system, a lot of neurological symptoms like body tremors and inflammation after exercise and all that. So it's getting a lot less of that. So that was pretty cool. It happened pretty quickly. I've taken a bit of a back step now. Some of those symptoms have stirred up again, but I think it's because I was taking a few liberties. I was kind of exercising more than I probably should have, and eating out at restaurants and not doing the right thing. But I'm back on track, so hopefully, yeah, I'll be on the path once again.
Yeah, I've been sharing some of the places that I went, and you need to check them out. Yeah. Because I think like in Costa Rica or Ometepe, Corn Islands, this guy could get better pretty quickly, or it would be really great experiment to see at least. Like I think you wouldn't get worse. Like it's impossible that you would get worse there long term. So I really hope that you can heal completely.
Thanks, man.
I think you can do it. Like this bad might be the bad to do it. It's just gonna take a little bit more time for you because you had a already disease going on.
Yeah. It'll take years, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a crack. And
yeah. Do you know any people with your condition that have completely reversed the things, like completely? No.
Oh, actually, there's one woman online who she had the upper cervical instability, and she had a surgery where she had a neurosurgeon pin her head to her neck. So it's like a fusion from your skull down through your cervical vertebra, which is Jack Cruz says you should only really do that if you've got life-threatening instability, which I don't have. I just have instability that's affecting my nervous system and causing a bunch of kind of debilitating symptoms, but it's not life-threatening or potentially paralysing. So I wouldn't get the surgery. A lot of people with my condition do get it because they've got it a lot worse than me, but they're not. It's never life. Well, actually, that's not true. It can be life-threatening.
Yeah.
But I'm not anywhere near that.
So one of them got better.
One of them got better from doing the doing the surgery, but it's pretty rare. Like I've known people. In fact, another rock climber had the same thing as me, and he went and got the surgery, and it made him worse. And now he's got just as sick or sicker, but now he's got his head fused to his neck, which is pretty tragic, really. But I want to tell him about this stuff, but probably get him better. But Vanessa is who's down here on the beach with us. She's got exactly the same thing that I do. She's got those 5 things, the pentad, and she's spent longer down here than me, and she's done really well. And she's actually with her family bought property down here, so she's gonna spend most of her time down here. And she's still not better. She's only spent 3 months here at a time. I think this is her 2nd or 3rd trip, and each time it's not a super long stay, but she's changing that, and her family's really supportive. So it's really cool. I'll be super interested to see how she goes.
Next winter we have to make a new video to share how it's going, and we might be doing it down here at this beach, or we might be doing it at Costa Rica, who knows, Panama. But I'm gonna come find you out next winter, because I think you're gonna be down here next winter, or maybe you go to Southeast Asia. But who knows?
I'll be here.
He will be here. Central America has that power. The power of nature.
Yeah.
It's pretty good here.
Yeah.
So next winter we're gonna check back with Owen, and let's keep prayers and hopes that Owen will heal. But actually, I really hope that you can heal your disease. You will get better, and I think this might be the only way to do it, really.
No one seems to be making that much progress. They can I almost considered myself to be in remission before, but that's just because I was functional again. But I still had a lot of symptoms. I still had it, which affected my life. Like I had environmental sensitivity. Food, I couldn't eat certain foods. I couldn't sleep in a lot of places because I'd have chemical sensitivities and mold sensitivities. So, I was a hell of a lot better, and life felt great compared to how I was. So I guess comparatively I was pretty stoked. So I almost felt like I was better, but I wasn't. I was just kind of managing it, and I was a lot better than I was. So, but I haven't heard of anyone going into complete remission with this, except for that woman who had surgery.
You can do it, Owen. We believe in you in base science. You will be the first one. Just get the balls in the sun. 24. Always when it's light outside, balls in the sun. You need to find a beach where you can be naked. Get your girlfriend there. That will help a lot. And we can build a community also somewhere else. If you build it, we will come and check it out.
Yeah, I think we need a few communities dotted around the place.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. That'd be awesome if we could just expand so not everyone has to come to Atami, because it doesn't work for everyone here.
It has problems here.
But it's such a great community that it's a great place to be. But I think if you're just on a healing mission, there are better places to be, because there's a lot of air pollution here, and there's a lot of building problems with molds and this and that. But it's if you get your redox good enough, then you can handle all that stuff, no problem. But it's just if you're starting from a low base and you've got a lot of mast cell problems, then it could be a struggle for some people, me myself included. But I've still made progress here, so
that's what I'm saying. Even if you go to Capuya, Costa Rica, you might be cooking with gas there.
Yeah.
You might be cooking with gas. The healing might happen faster.
Yeah. Gonna give it a go, totally. Or put some mango down the coast here,
that sounds good also.
Yeah, or what's ometepe?
Ometepe is good one. You saw it? Yeah, what it does.
Frothing out. You were getting very frothy about it.
Yeah. I love Ometepe. Magical place.
Oh, look at Spalu.
Balu, we need to feed Balu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Owen, for the interview. You're a great guy.
Pleasure. You are too.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Spread the word.
Yeah.